What's up, everybody? This is Ashlyn Cole from your favorite morning show, Shop Talk, and you are listening to Freedom Radio.
Come on and get your freedom on. Come on and get your freedom on. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's a good day to get your freedom on.
Yeah, I got school in the morning, yes, morning. Start my day with some praise in the morning. I hit the snooze, mama keep calling. Always late, watch your face, we gotta keep going. Running out the house, what slipped my mind? Did I brush my teeth? I could come this time. Got my Jumpman's on, yeah, I'm feeling so fly. My dad looked at me, that's my God. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is good. Yes, he is good. Yes, he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is. Thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is good. What a blessing. I got the grades, yeah, that's no question. I play drums, that's my profession. I serve God, so don't forget the message. They see my swag, I put him to Christ. I'll give you smiles, but he give you life. I know I'm young, but I'm unashamed. Catch me at school, proclaiming his name, proclaiming his name. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is good. Yes, he is good. Yes, he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is. Thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is. Woke up this morning, blessed. Brother and sister, blessed. Mom and dad, blessed. We are. Woke up this morning, blessed. Mom and dad, blessed. Brother and sister, blessed. We are. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is good. Yes, he is good. Yes, he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is. Thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is good. But he is good. Yes, he is, yes, he is, yes, he is good.
Yes, he is good. What is going on, y'all? It is your man, D-Toe. You are tuned into Shop Talk on everyone's favorite radio station. You know what it is. It's freedomradio.com, and we are getting ready for an amazing, amazing show. Now, those of you who are tuned in and hanging out with us, and those of you who may just have tuned in and you're trying to figure out what did I tune into, well, let me tell you what it is. It is, yep, that right there. It's Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. My name is Demetrius Tollfree, and for the next 2 hours, we're going to take an incredible journey. That incredible journey is where no person and no subject is off limits. Now, before we get into all the particulars, do me a favor, y'all. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nuck Nuck them, Pojo them. Let them all know that for the next 2 hours, we're going to be talking about any and everything, you know, that good barber shop, that beauty shop, that coffee shop, that donut shop. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And even that nail shop talk, where you know how it is when you're in the shop. Anything and everything goes. And listen, I've got an incredible show lined up for you. Tons of things to talk about and tons of things to make happen. Now, I'm not by myself. If I was by myself, and if I talked to you by myself with this type of energy for 2 hours, y'all would tell me I'd need to have to go sit on Sabrina's couch and express to her how long I've been talking to myself for so long. Anyway, let's bring up our first co-host out in El Sobrante of California. And she is hanging out with us as always, our mainstay co-host. She always makes me laugh. She always makes me hee and ha. So let's bring her up, my homegirl and yours, the world traveled, the ever popular, the incredible singer, and the always make you hee ha homie of mine, Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
What's going on, Dito? Happy to be and glad to be in the service. Yeah. Glad to be in the glad to be in the service. Okay, I made it up. Okay. Good morning, Tremaine, twin. Good morning. Hey, it's Monday. Yeah. What can I say? Shout out to the text team. I see you all joining and signing on to join the conversation. So always love that. I'm excited for today's show, Dito. It's lots to talk about. We had a lot. It was a very eventful weekend.
It was
very eventful weekend. So I can't wait to hear the recap.
Yeah. We, many of the things I caught, a couple of big things I didn't catch. So my bad. I know we'll still try to talk about it anyway. But before we do that, listen, I want to just give some early morning shout outs and then we'll bring on our next co-host. So early morning shout out to my homegirl, Kirsten Williams. What's up, Kirsten? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Colette Smith also saying good morning. Guess what? Even Ashlyn said great morning. Glad to have her. Cheryl Allen in the virtual building. Dee Dee Felder in the building as well. Tremaine is the twin that is hanging out and saying good morning. Tracy J. Wilson also hanging out with us as well. My homegirl Shannon Fitzgerald, who I did a photo shoot with about a week or so ago, actually turned out to be an amazing model. What's up, Shannon? Glad to have you hanging out with us, of course. Ravonda Williams as well, hanging out with us. A new name that I haven't seen, Clara Hall Crawley, is hanging out with us. I assume probably a text team member. It's all good. Jacory has already chimed in to say good morning. Well, he'll probably say it in his way. Anyway, one of my choir members, one of my church constituents, Vicky Savoy Griffin in the virtual building. Adrian Johnson, Auntie Pooey as she's called, also hanging out with us. Andrell Cooper. Wait a minute. Andrell Cooper? Lord have mercy. We are moving in heavy timber today. We're making things happen. What is going on? Glad to have you. Another great supporter, Kim Ryan, who has become a Freedom Radio favorite. Glad to have her hanging out with us as well. Dee Dee Felder and so many more. Hey, Leah Monica Brown also just joined, and she is Team Ashlyn. It is all to the good, no matter how you get here. Just get here if you can.
Hey, come on.
Let's make things happen. All right. We've got myself. We've got Ashlyn. I'm finally learning how to point in the right direction. And let's bring on
Obviously, I'm not.
Ashlyn, you got to get together. You got to get yourself together.
Hey.
Because you've got some place to go.
Hey.
And when you get there.
Come on.
Anyway, it's too early for that throat ministry. Let's bring on our next co-host. I think he's ready. I think. He is an incredible.
You better stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Come on.
You understand? Let's bring on our next co-host. I'm looking at him backstage and he looks stuck, but I'll bring him on anyway. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens when we bring on my guy out in the city of Hercules, California. My guy, Ashlyn's bestie, and my dude, Jacory Prothro in the building. Jacory, what is going on, bro?
Oh, I'm tired this morning, but God is good. He's really good. I'm tired. I'm ready to go back to sleep.
You better tell those babies to get off the Wi-Fi. Tell the babies to get off the Wi-Fi. Tell them that they can't be on the iPad right now. We need like 2 hours, and they can get on the iPad. To the PlayStation, no PlayStation for the next 2 hours. Sorry, kids. Life is tough. Favor ain't fair.
This new school situation is hard on the internet.
Come on.
Yeah, it's killing everybody's internet. Mine too.
Now, Comcast said that they were giving away free internet service to people. Oh, boo. He's giving me the boo. Boo. Okay. No?
Go ahead. I'm listening. They said they give away.
No, they were saying they were giving away free internet to the homes that had student age kids. They were giving away free internet. Did that not happen?
I already pay for Comcast, and that's as far as I'm going to go. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I even have, this is a great thing to talk about since we're talking. So I have Comcast. I have their X5 box, whatever it is they have. I even got some X5 pods. I got some additional pods throughout the house to enhance our Wi-Fi signal. Nah.
Oh, you need to tell me about that.
Nah. Yeah.
Me too.
No, I need to call Comcast ASAP because now I also have a Apple router as well. So I have that I directly plug into, when I'm down here in the studio. I get better Wi-Fi and I get better signal from my Apple router than I ever got from my Wi-Fi. So I don't know. I don't know if they need to. If Xfinity needs to reset something. I don't know if the Comcast needs to send somebody out here to see what's going on. But my little Apple router gives me way better service than I get from Comcast.
Wow. Well, I was just getting ready to make a phone call today because I have AT&T and I had Comcast, and I switched over to AT&T when we were going to Sunday Best, right? So Corey and I had this conversation. The Comcast was not cutting it. So I was like, okay, let's hop on over to AT&T. Let me tell you, AT&T is no better. And I'm not a hater. Look, I've had AT&T. I've been a faithful subscriber to AT&T. D-Toll got me on AT. I was on Sprint.
Yeah.
Back I feel like it was in the 90s. And D-Toll brought me over to AT&T, and I've been a faithful subscriber ever since. So I don't think, here's the thing. There are 100 times, there's like however many times more people on internet right now on Wi-Fi than there ever have been in the history of Wi-Fi. There's more people working from home right now than ever in life, right? So they didn't have Wi-Fi in the Great Depression. So that's what we have to deal with. We have to deal with that. So I wish that they would just offer boosting, but there's so many other things like, is all of this radioactivity good for us, physically, our physical health? We got all this, Lord. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. But I just want to could I just make a phone call though?
Yeah.
That's all I want. I just want to be able to make a phone call while daughter is in the other room watching Netflix. I would like to be able to do that.
I feel you. And Cheryl Allen, shout out to Cheryl, who's hanging out with us, made a statement. She said, yeah, I heard they're supposed to be hooking up those who didn't have access to the internet. Earlier during COVID, we heard they use old transit buses, I remember, and converted them into modules that could go out to lower income neighborhoods to give them free and reduced access to the internet. Cheryl, you're right. I did read that and see that. But I'm telling you, I've worked from home exclusively for the last 5 years. And again, if it wasn't for my Apple router that I bought before they extinct them, Apple don't even make these no more. If it wasn't for this little contraption that I have down here, I would be in a world of trouble because what I'm getting directly from Comcast is not cutting it. I could be connected directly to I could be standing next to my router and I can't access the internet or my page is low.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That was me too. Shout out to Cheryl Allen for tuning in. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know what the remedy is. I even go so far as I'm home, I turn Wi-Fi off of my phone. I don't even have Wi-Fi on my phone. I just use cellular service because otherwise, when I'm on my Zoom calls, it stutters. So I can't be on Zoom and the internet and on my phone at the same time. It'll stutter, and that's like stutter.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm experiencing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm stuttering.
Like, right. I was about to say, seems like Jacory experiencing something similar. Man, this is something else. But you know what? I'm off work today. When I get off the show, I'm going to call Comcast and I'm going to let them know, hey, brethren, sisterin, I'm having issues. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever called Comcast or Xfinity,
Yes.
Thank you for calling Xfinity. Wait a minute, hold on.
But you better prepare it for 2 hours. You better set aside 2 hours. And Dito, let me tell you, you better let them all know. You go ahead and let them know. Yes, come on, let them know, Dito.
Let them on what? Let them on what?
Let them all know.
Woo, Lord, I needed that. I needed that this morning. I want to give a shout out to my homegirl who I have not seen on in a while, AJ Anderson. AJ, what is going on? Good morning to you as well. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Shannon Fitzgerald, who actually works for AT&T. Shannon is a big time person over at AT&T. And she says you have to periodically reset the router ever so often to clear the traffic congestion in the network. Unplug the power for 5 to 10 seconds and plug back in. Now, this is coming directly from an AT&T higher up.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Define periodically.
Yeah.
I need you to define periodically because I'm fine, Shannon. I'm finding that I have to do that every other day. Every other day. And here's the thing, it even affects the television.
Yeah.
Right. Even the television, and you do the troubleshooting right on the cable box, and it's like we have connection here, but it's a red X on this side. It'll be on this side with a red X on this, and I'm like, wow, I have to unplug everything like every other day. And speaking of which, we just lost Jacory because of Wi-Fi.
He just says that I'll be right back. So maybe he's about to take Shannon's, her advice and reset the router.
Periodically is right now. Right now is periodically. Periodically. That's what we're gonna call it.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Cheryl Allen comes in and says that she's calling these folks daily. Says it's a nightmare and you'll be talking to folks over in other countries. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh my God. I'm like, my internet's not working. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that I'm like, come on, man, just help me fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. You are definitely going to be talking to someone in another country. And now here we go, Ashlyn, that maybe you ought to coin.
Hey, I'm on it.
Coin
my. Hey, yes, come on. You better let them all know. Oh, hey. And right underneath we'll say Shondo.
Yep. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Yep. I can't even get myself together. It's all good. Shout out again to Shannon. Again, she does work for AT&T, and she says once a month. But if you have more devices connected, twice a month. Why is that?
So then wait, I'm going to ask more questions. Is it enough to just reset the router, or do we have to reset everything? Should we be turning everything off every night?
I don't think you need to do it every night, but now, I deal with this sometimes from an Apple standpoint where people are calling, hey, all my other devices are connected, but I got one device that's not connected. It sounds silly as heck, but the first thing I tell them, because I've seen this so many times, is, hey, reset your router. They're like, what? Why is resetting my router going to fix it? Just trust me. Reset your router. It clears out things that could be preventing you from connecting and all kinds of things. Now, I don't recommend people doing it all the time or every day. Obviously, I don't work for AT&T or Comcast, but usually when we reset the router, whatever issues people were having connecting or whatever, it's usually resolved. So I don't know what it is. As you mentioned, Ashley, there's tons of more people at home, tons of more people using the internet. My kids are up right now using, the internet for school right now. Luckily, I'm hardwired into a router so that I can get a clearer connection. But if I was on Wi-Fi, I would be kind of moving.
Right. We'd be breakdancing. We'd be going back to the 80s. Come on. Hey.
Yeah.
And so, the music, it makes me dance. The music is no thing. Come on.
Hey.
Hey. I ain't been saved all my life. Don't play with me.
I feel you. I feel you going to take us back. You taking us back. Shannon chimes in again and says it's just the router.
The router. See, because I'm only a single person household, right? But I feel like I have an iPad, an iPhone, I have a laptop with several windows open. Let me tell you, sometimes even Chrome over here and Chrome over here, with maybe 8 to 10 windows open. I've got now, what else do I have? An Apple Watch, which I don't know if the Apple Watch feeds off the phone's Wi-Fi or the house Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But I'm only one person. So I think about you, Dito, you got 2, 3, 4 iPads going. You've got laptops going. You've got a computer, what you call it, a tower.
I got 2 desktops, a MacBook Pro.
Right.
I have tons of things. And so what I did was, here's me trying to be smart. So with Xfinity, you can get 2 networks. You can split it out into 2 networks. So I split it. I have a D toll-free network, and I have another named network. So it's split. So I put all of my mobile devices on the one network. I put all of my computers on the second network. So I know you on like, oh, that sounds smart. It does sound smart.
That does sound smart.
In theory, however, no matter whomsoever you might be, whether you're on this network or that network, at certain points, even like I said, I even added the X5 pods to expand and make my signal stronger. Issue still remains. My kids my kids, they didn't try to use this as a manip. They are definitely my kids.
Oh, they're like, we can't do our homework because we can't get on Wi-Fi. Right. You know what? You better get a pen and a pencil. I know you don't know what a pencil is, but you can go get a pencil.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got Anthony Griffin chiming in. What's going on, Anthony? He says that he worked for AT&T 15 years and that router should be reset at least once a week.
Oh.
Because of all the traffic, and your phone should reboot a couple of times a week to optimize performance. Now, I've never heard that before.
Now, I don't reboot my phone often enough. I barely turn my phone off because I got kids. I feel like if you got kids, you just can't really turn your phone off.
I know. I feel you. So maybe I'm going to try that. So, Anthony, thank you for that information. I'm going to try it and see what happens and see if that helps. Now, Ashlyn, today's show is going to be very interesting. Well,
how interesting is it going to be?
It's going to be very interesting because obviously I have a one has to go. You've already seen it. You already started.
I'm already mad at you, Dito. Yeah, I'm already mad. I already want to say good night. God bless. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. That's what I want to say right now because I'm so mad at you about this one has to go. I'm warning y'all. It's gonna be hurt feelings, and people gonna be. I might just throw my phone down. I threw it on the ground. Yes, that might be me today with my phone.
God. Okay, so today's one has to go is going to culminate over what happened yesterday, as well as add a couple of extra people.
Yes.
I also have a help a brother out today, of course, and I actually have a help us out moment. So if I have a help a brother out.
Am I included in us? In us?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. You're old enough to be included in the us on this one. So we got a couple things that's going on. Here's what we're going to do. Let's take a quick music break. When we come back from the music break, we'll jump into our birthdays and we'll just see where the show takes us. Maybe we'll get Jacory back. I know he's rebooting thanks to Shannon's information, and he's coming back. Oh, wait. Oh, you know what he did? He got smart. You know what Jacory did?
He went outside. Yeah.
It's something. AT&T is getting a call from me today. Oh, yes. Because this bill they send me every month ain't cheap.
Yeah, I can imagine. But and you, for some reason, why do you got to go outside to get better signal? What is up with that?
Well, we have a sunroom, and that's it's in between where the house starts and the backyard. So it's always better over here. I don't understand.
Well, you know what? It works. It's working right now. So you stay right there. we're gonna make things happen. So let's do this. I'm gonna throw you backstage for a second. Ashlyn, be back just a minute. Let's get ready to take a quick music break. When we come back, this is gonna be a short music break, but when we come back from this, we're gonna jump into today's birthdays and do so much more. Dee Felder, this next communication or this next song is for you. One of your favorites. Haven't played it in a while. Shout out to Diana Reddick. Her and her husband, Ulyss, have a wonderful and a beautiful baby daughter that they recently birthed, and want to play a bit of a song that she wrote and produced. All right, y'all. We will be right back with more right after this.
Young girl full of life, full of hope, but for me it went another way. Ridiculed, I was hurting, dark cloud over my head, I couldn't see the end of this unbearable spell. People tried to console me, but the pain was too much. I felt like I couldn't go on. I didn't love myself for years and years. So many days of sadness and tears, but now I know I am free. I am beautiful and so much more than you thought of me. Words can't hurt me like they did before. I have so much worth and so much purpose that He placed in me. Words don't hurt me anymore, no, 'cause I'm not what you see. Couldn't hide from the jokes or the laughs or the mirror glaring back at me, looking at my reflection, constant cruel words tainting what I'd see. Why did you make me this shade? Why couldn't I be lighter? This wouldn't be happening to me if I were just 3 shades brighter. Myself for years and years, so many days of sadness and tears, but now I know I am free. I am beautiful and so much more. So much more. Words can't hurt me like they did before. I have so much worth and so much purpose that He placed in me. Your words don't hurt me anymore, no. I heard a voice from up above say there's no flaw in you, my love. You're beautiful in every way. It doesn't matter what they say. See, you were formed by my own hand, so don't look through the eyes of men. I love you just the way you are, a masterpiece, flawless by far. And now I can say I am free. Beautiful and so much so much more. Can't hurt me like they did before. I have so worth and so much purpose that He placed in me. Words don't hurt me anymore, no, 'cause I'm not what you see.
That's right. I am not what you see. Listen, that was the incredible Diana Reddick, and love playing that song. Dee Felder, she and I are both about the same color, so we always want to make sure that we are reminded that I'm not what you see. Even though you wish I was 3 shades lighter, it's all to the good. I'm yet beautiful. I am yet wonderfully and up. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I felt something in my shondo right there. Welcome back, everybody, to Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. Going to bring back Ashlyn. Going to bring back Jacory. Want to give a shout out to my dude up in Sacramento, Ray Kemp, hanging out with us today. Musician extraordinaire up there in Sacramento at the Progressive Church of God in Christ, as well as an incredible barber. He has, as he says, he has hands, and he does. He used to cut my hair when I used to live in the Sacramento area. He is hanging out with us today. Shout out to TJ Speaks, who is also hanging out with us today. Now, whether you're watching us on Facebook or watching us on YouTube, we are glad to have you hanging out with us. Cheryl Allen said that, sorry, my Wi-Fi kicked me out. You understand? I get it. We all are having that Wi-Fi conversation today, and glad to everybody hanging out with us. Now, we have been joined by another co-host out in Charlotte of North Carolina, my homegirl and yours, the incredible singer, the incredible thinker, the super smart and witty, as well as graphic designer extraordinaire, my homegirl and yours, Yolanda Wild Praise Morant.
Hey.
What is going on?
Hey, we'll try to smart. Wi-Fi is like ain't no joke, man.
I feel you. You good today? I see you. With I know you. She don't like when I put her on the screen by herself. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not about all of us.
It's okay. I'm gonna talk to the producer about that. We're gonna make sure that he stops putting you on the screen like that. We're gonna talk to the producer. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Welcome to the show. Glad I know. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. And Mrs. Kennedy, Renee, giving a shout out to her. She is shouting out and saying, pray for her. She says her co-workers are stressing her out. You know what?
You're in the right place.
Yeah, you in the right place. Shop Talk is the right place when you're having problems at work, home, with the kids, the husband. Tune in to Shop Talk. We'll do you good. You understand?
I tell you what, stick around for One Has to Go, and it'll stress you more than your coworkers will. Yep.
You know what?
It'll stress you more.
I'm nervous.
So stick around because it'll be a great distraction. Let me tell you.
Oh,
you know what? I can't. I'm not going there. Listen, let's get ready to jump into today's birthday. So let me pull up mine because I know I have some, and let me pull up some people. Let me type it in. Y'all know what I got to do. Happy birthday, and then a few exclamation points. I do this every week. Don't be laughing. Okay. All right. So now I'll go first since I'm already here. Happy birthday to Christian David, a musician. Well, he's not a musician, but he is a singer out in Fresno, California. His music does play, of course, here on Freedom Radio. Also, happy birthday to Evelyn Ayers. Happy birthday to Dee Cox. Happy 62nd birthday to one of my constituents from my church, John Taylor. Happy birthday to, I have two of them, so it's going to be a happy deletion day. Colleen Charles Townsend. Happy birthday to my first cousin out in Fort Worth, Texas, Sherry Washington Beal. Happy birthday to Harold Reed Sr. Happy 50th birthday and welcome to the club to Terry Gilliam. Happy birthday to George Winston. 54th birthday to my homegirl, Tina Harris. 33rd birthday to my cousin, Brandon Summers. Happy birthday to saxophonist extraordinaire, Tony Smith. Happy birthday to Sophia Bellamy Royal. And last but not least, to another great saxophonist right here in the Bay, Angelo Luster. All of them are sharing or having a birthday today. Yolanda Morant in North Kakalaki. What birthdays might you have today?
He would come to me, wouldn't he? All right. So first, let me say again, happy birthday to Dr. Kevin Lemons. His birthday was on Saturday. So happy birthday again, sir. So glad to be, you're here. So we're excited. So also, okay, so I'm gonna go down the list. Today is my cousin's birthday. Happy birthday, Pam. Royce Mosley, singer extraordinaire. Miss Paula Whitehead. Kim Lockett from the group Ziel. Today is her birthday. Guess, we haven't heard this name in a while. Martha Burrows. Is that pronounced that?
Martha Burries.
Burries. Thank you.
Oh,
From
Sunday
Sunday
Best. She was a singing somebody.
It wasn't she singing somebody. I absolutely loved her. Yesterday was her birthday. You may not know this lady, but you do know who Matthew Stevenson is, and she does a lot of the artwork. Or she's a part of the team. This girl is absolutely like dumb, crazy, amazing. Yesterday was Jay Lynn's birthday, so happy birthday, girl.
Awesome stuff. And yeah, some great birthdays to share. And I remember Martha Berry. She was actually, you know what I love about the Sunday Best people? They're actually very engaging when I would reach out to them. And so Martha Berry became a good friend of mine. And I tried to bring her to California. Something happened and we didn't work it out. But she's a wonderful young lady nonetheless, as well as all of the great contestants. We happen to have one right next to me that is actually a wonderful person. Anyway, let's move on. Jacory, what birthdays might you have today?
It's funny, I'd be more nervous when you ask for birthdays than calling me up to sing. But anyways, Christian David, happy birthday. Frank Cooks, I would like to wish you a happy birthday. Cynthia Minor. Evelyn Ayers, you better play them keys. Brian Thompson. Angelo Luster. Eric Parker. I don't know how to say your name. D. Cox. Tiffany. All you people that's on my list, I'm going to try to send you a special message. But happy birthday.
That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Hilarious. Last but not least, Ashlyn, what birthdays as well as celebrity birthdays might you have?
So many birthdays today. So many birthdays. So today, of course, we said Christian David, Micklin Burns Brown, happy birthday. Marv, geez. Okay. Grail Schwartz, D. Cox, Frank Cooks. Somebody that I can. Okay, E.C. Scott, blues singer. That was my first tour when I was 20 years old. I went out on tour with blues singer E.C. Scott. That's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all want to know more details? You can DM me, but we're not going to talk about that in public. Amen. My good friend Angelo Luster, saxophonist extraordinaire, and good friend Angelo Luster. Happy birthday. As well as Alex Merzin. Yesterday was Ty Burke's birthday, as well as Cameron Smith, radio show host out in Texas. Norwood Fisher, for those of you that are on the other side, I've been saved all my life. So that listen to Fishbone. I know it's none of y'all, but anyway, Norwood Fisher is his birthday. And yeah, that's it. Oh, Mikey Cohen. Happy birthday, Mikey. I love you so much. I love you. Okay, so famous birthdays. I'm only going to give y'all one. Nas.
Yeah.
Nas. I want y'all to guess. This tripped me out. How old is Nas today?
43.
5.
Guess again.
40.
45? You said 45?
I said 43.
You said 43? You said 45? This tripped me out, y'all. 47.
Ooh.
Okay.
47. With his baby face self. Yes. 47. And that's it for birthdays. Oh, Anthony Griffin, you guessed 50. Okay, you were closer than anybody else. Oh, Miss Kennedy, 49. Yep. 47 Nas is today. Somebody named Andrew Lincoln is 47. I'm not mad at his mom or his dad or anybody in his family, really. I don't know who he is. I think he was on The Walking Dead, an actor, but I'm not mad at you, sir. Shout out to your wife and kids. Yes. Anyhow, from all of us here at Freedom Radio and Shop Talk, I like to really, as everybody looks at their phones, I really like to remind people that birthdays, don't look at it as a being selfish or, I don't want it to be about me. It's not about you. It's about God. It's about God. It's about what he created with his hands. He created you for this earth. The earth has changed. The trajectory of our future was changed when he brought you to this earth. So own it, celebrate it, acknowledge it. I acknowledge you. If nobody else does today, I want to just be the first one to say happy birthday. We love you. We appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you were born on this day. So from all of us here at Shop Talk and Freedom Radio, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. And again, we're glad to have everybody that's hanging out with us. Now, I want to do something. We're going to do a couple things at the same time. We're going to do a couple things simultaneously. We're going to walk and chew bubble gum. Those of you who are hanging out with us, I want to know what city you're listening from. So those of you listening or watching, type in the chat. Let us know what city you are listening or watching us
Let them
from.
all know.
That part. That, you know what? I'm gonna make my own t-shirt. Now, speaking of, let me give a shout out. I got a couple of shout outs I need to make. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my headphone company who have sponsored my in-ears for today. Me Audio has sponsored
Come on, Me
my
Audio.
in-ears. I have an endorsement with them, and they have sent me a few different pairs of headphones, and these are the ones I use specifically for Shop Talk. I have some other ones. I thought my backpack was right here. I was going to show you, but I have some other custom molded headphones that I use for church, as well as some other ones that I use for Bluetooth if I care to. So shout out to Me Audio. Thank you so much for being so kind and treating me like family. As also want to give a shout out to the team over at dopeandholy.com. I've worn this t-shirt before, but I'm going to show it again. The I Love Worship t-shirt is what I am wearing today. Big shout out to Tanisha Mathis over at Dope and Holy. They're actually getting ready to do a campaign with Freedom Radio, and she's doing a pop-up event. Let me just mention it. That she's doing a pop-up event on October 27th in Oakland. So those of you in the Bay Area, you'll be able to make things happen and meet up and meet Tanisha Mathis, who is the CEO of dopeandholy.com. If you go to dopeandholy.com right now today, she's doing a $7 sale where you can get t-shirts instead of paying the normal $20 or $25, whatever it is she normally does. She's doing it for $7 right now. So $7, you can get your own Dope and Holy t-shirts. All right, enough about that. Ashlyn, what are you wearing today?
Better together, better together is on tomorrow. Yes.
That's one of the special ones, though. That's one of the rhinestone
This is good.
ones.
This is a good. That's a good shirt. That's a good shirt. These
Good
ones are
stuff.
available at ashlyncole.com/shop.
Awesome. Good stuff. Ja'Cory, who is also a great t-shirt maker as well. Y'all sleeping if y'all ain't got a chance to get a t-shirt from Ja'Cory. He's doing his thing. What are you wearing today?
I actually have on one of Ashlyn's shirts.
Okay, I love it.
I'm healed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
I-
Hallelujah.
I'm not mad at you. Now, Yolanda, who is a graphic designer, and I know she wears tees because she usually wears a tee from my homegirl Takita, different stuff like that. And I know you're not wearing a t-shirt today, but is there any particular business or someone you want to shout out right now?
Okay, this is no shade to anybody. So let me. Okay, so do I have to?
Only we met.
Okay.
So,
Stand up. Okay, see.
Oh, that's
So,
cute.
Okay.
okay.
Let me explain two ways. A, this is like no shade to anybody. It's just that Takita and I have been friends for 20 years. And so when she first started her business, Glorious Glitz, I was her test, person.
Yeah.
I'm a dummy because I'm like super smart. But realize
No.
my worth. All right. So
Huh?
hey, listen, when you get in the new lane in life, you gotta start speaking the right stuff. All right. So I was her test person. So literally every glitter shirt, every bling shirt I have in my closet, she did. And this is just what I know. So like, only person I'm willing to accept into this lane is Ja'Cory.
Oh, she got a
Because-
shirt coming because I'm sending it out to that.
Because
Show y'all.
man, these shirts have been all over the world with me, man. I kind of get emotional because I'm so proud of her. She's been doing this a long time, and so she created this shirt for me because I went to Soulbird in Japan. Shout out to Soulbird, and so yeah, every shirt I have in my closet, and I've worn 800 times, and the stones like never fall off. That's always my claim to fame. So yes, Takita Carter, I love it, man. That's my girl. But I'll tell you who I do want to shout out today. Can I do that?
Yes, definitely.
This much time is Jay Boylan. Let me help you.
Ooh,
This man.
Come on.
Now,
Yeah.
people don't
Speak
speak
on
me. Everything in me loves fashion, and so I'm just telling you, he's not I'm not hating on the boutiques because if y'all come out with these pantsuits today, amen. From last night, huh? That's a little word for you. All right. So he has been doing fashion for a really long time, and I am a super long time fan. And during the course of the pandemic, I really kind of get emotional because what this man has done during the course of the pandemic, he stayed. Most people will be scared to drop clothing or anything like that because where we going, you know? It's just the truth. Where are we going? I mean, we're not really doing things like we were. But during the course of the pandemic, almost every week, if not every other week, he has dropped a brand new collection. And let me tell you, let me just help all the entrepreneurs. When you trust, since we all like Jesus here, when you trust Jesus, the man sells out every week.
Every week.
I've
He
seen him
got
do it.
gone like
Every
within a
week.
matter of hours. And I'm telling you, it is some of the best fashion I have seen in years.
I gotta clap that out. I gotta clap that out.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
it's just,
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
I almost cried. Yeah, I'm a little, emotional girl, but I just haven't seen us look like that. And I say us, not just in color, but I'm saying I'm a thick girl. Okay, so
And
we're not
covered up too.
doing this, huh?
And he's
And
keeping
they're covered up.
They're covered up. I like that. I love.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
it's
a woman that's
become
covered.
really classy and it's super nice, and it's not gonna break your bank. Now it's not $20, but it's not gonna break you though. Like it's not like $500. It's nice and it's worth it. So how do you find him?
If you go to
Jay?
dopeclothing.com
Sorry,
right now,
sorry.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
not what. It's
Sorry.
okay. You go to Jay Boylan. J is in Jack, Boylan, Bolin. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on Facebook. I am telling you. Listen, if you just got in a fight with your girl, you want to get out, go buy her one of his outfits.
Wow.
good stuff. I'm not mad at you. Listen, we've got people chiming in. I asked people to start posting the cities that they're listening from, and I'm putting them on the screen as we go. I'm cracking up at Stacy because she's G14 classified. I understand. We've got people chiming in literally from around the country. Super excited about this. And I'm seeing some cities that I didn't even know people were living in that listen to us. And this is absolutely amazing. I'm super excited about this. And you're right, Yolanda. I seen you tag me yesterday on that part. Yeah. I see.
That'll make you shout right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
That'll stop service when we get back in.
You know what?
And look, it doesn't stop there. Look, I'm telling y'all.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's got some stuff. I'm following him. And now, Yolanda, and then we're going on to our next segment. Does he, now I know he does the styling, but is it him that's taking the photographs too?
So he has a whole team. I don't believe he may be actually doing the photography.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah, I tagged you because I wouldn't say because you're like, why would, because I just thought him showing the layout of what he was doing. I'm serious when I tell you, he posted something about 2 weeks ago and I literally busted out crying.
Yeah.
Because I never thought I would
Jesus.
see a plus size girl look like that.
Yeah.
Or a
No, he
curvy
does it.
girl. Oh man.
Ooh,
No, I-
to reach out to
It's
him 'cause he's cool people.
incredible.
my God.
Yeah, he's the man. You know,
Yeah, he's really
oh,
nice.
yeah, he does it and does it well. So that is actually a great shout out to be able to do today. So thank you for even bringing
Let's
that
get
up.
him on the show. How
Hey.
about that?
Y'all work it out. It's nothing but a button push for me. Y'all work it out. And let's make it happen. All right, y'all. Today we got several things about to happen. Now we're getting ready to go with help us out. I'll do the help a brother out. Well, you know what? Let's call this help a brother out. So I'm going to bring something on the screen. This is going to challenge where you come from. Now, I'm going to put it on the screen, and we're going to talk about this really quick. We're not going to take a whole lot of time, but we're going to talk about this real quick. So this is help a brother out. One of these has to go. All right. Now, this is not our official one has to go, but one of these has to go. And let me just see where you are from. So one of these got to go.
Wow.
We got candy bars on the screen. All of us are old enough to be able to know about all of these. We got Butterfinger. We got
That's
Twix.
easy.
We got Ekananache. Thank you. Reese's Buttercup. My God. We've got Snicker. and we have Three Musketeer. Now, I know that in this thing that we're in, probably you're going to say all of them has to go because we're eating differently and all that kind of good stuff. I get it. I'm not mad at you. But in your former day, in your younger days, when you ate candy bars and stuff like that, if one had to go, and I'm going to go first, if one has to go, what would have to go for you? So now, out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I only eat 2. I only eat Reese's and I only eat Snickers. So the other 3 can go. Twix can go left and right. Butterfinger can go, and Three Musketeers could go for me. I don't eat any of those. I only eat Reese's and Snickers. So Yolanda, out. Oh, well, I lost her. Well, then, Ja'Cory, if one of these had to go for you, man, which would have to go?
We actually must be family because I only mess with Reese's and Snickers. I don't know what Three Musketeers taste like. And I know that Butterfingers are kind of gritty. So those two can, I think Twix might be pretty good, very close to Snickers. But yeah, all 3 of those can go.
Okay, I'm with you. I like the way that you're thinking. And Yolanda, welcome back to the show. And Yolanda, if one of these or multiple had to go for you, because I don't eat all of these. Me and Ja'Cory just found out that we bros, we bros, and so Reese's and Snickers is what stayed for us. But Yolanda, what would have to go for you?
So I'm gonna say this part first. I know I just usually go for the juggler. We are trying to eat different. I'm proud of myself. I love chocolate. So I haven't had chocolate in like, I don't know, like 2 weeks or so. So I'm super proud of myself. Good job. Okay, so actually one gotta go, right? Three Musketeers, it's just kind of chocolate and a lot of stuff in the middle.
What is in the middle?
It's not bad. I don't know. I think it's like kind of like a truffle. Maybe it's like a cheaper version of a truffle.
The Three Musketeers?
Yeah, Three Musketeers. I just don't know.
It's chocolate with what they call nougat. Who knows what that is? Yeah, nougat.
Yeah, I mean, I've had them all, and they're all now. Reese's probably are my favorite, but
yeah, especially cold.
Like, and Snickers just is like, I stopped eating them. Like when I saw the calorie count, yeah.
So if one had to go,
Three Musketeers.
Okay, cool. Three Musketeers is your choice. Okay, I'm not mad at you. Ashlyn, now I know you old enough to know about all of these. Why do I keep mentioning their age? But anyway, which one of these, or if multiple, would have to go for you?
It's okay. I'm proud to say that I'm 46. It's all right. You could shout it from the rooftops. It's all good. It's all good. I'm cute and all of that. Okay, so what has to go for me is definitely Three Musketeers without a doubt. Like, I don't eat any of these anymore because they all have dairy in them, and that's me and dairy. We're not friends no more. We broke up. So, but Three Musketeers was like, what was the whole point? What was the point? You might as well. No, Three Musketeers to me is nasty to the T. And I think Dee Felder said it. She called it musty tears. Musty tears. Yes, the Three Musketeers. But my favorite on this list, since you asked, is by far is Twix. And I think because it's the least sweet of all these. Right? It's simple. It's got that little cookie in there. It's got the caramel. You could get honey. You could put caramel on almost anything. And to get me, caramel and me is cool.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Caramel,
honey. So yeah, the cookie and the caramel and the chocolate. Simple. It's not super sweet. But yeah, that would be my weakness if any of these. But everything else, you can't tempt me with nothing.
Wow. Interesting. Well, we got some of our listeners who have been chiming in. And so we started with Casey, who says that Butterfinger would have to go for him. Denisha says bye, to the Three Musketeers. Kirsten Williams says that Butterfinger can go quick. Ray Kemp says that the Three Musketeers got to vacate the premises. Let me tell you something. He's an innovative thinker too. He would be somebody great to have on the show because he's a quick thinker and he's always, everything is church for him. He was in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, right after I left Las Vegas. And I said, hey man, how's it going? And he says, man, I just raised enough offering for 3 bishops.
Wow.
Really?
Well,
I was like, you did what? He was out there raising offerings. Anyway, Dee Dee Felder, as Ashton already made reference to, the Three Musketeers. Louise Robinson, another one of my constituents from my church in Hayward, says that the Twix could go. Shannon Fitzgerald says Three Musketeers could go. Let me see. Ty McLean, my neighbor, what is going on? He also says the Three Musketeers. Now, I can't remember, A, C, and E, different people saying all these different numbers, but I can't remember what the numbers were. So Tracy Wilson also says Three Musketeers. Tremaine also says Three Musketeers. And in the middle of Twix or whatever what we were talking about is not nougat, but it's diabetes. That is pretty funny.
Wow.
That was pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah, Three Musketeers, and I'm 63 years old. And 63 years old, nasty school, old school nasty. Okay, I see you, Vicky. I see you. John O. Strickland, what is up, man? Glad to see you on again. Hopefully you had a great anniversary last week. He says Twix is the chocolate candy with the cookie crunch. Okay.
Yes.
I see you. I see you. And she says her favorite is Reese's, and so many people chiming in. This is what I love about our show, and this is why we can't pre-record, because we've talked about pre-recording several times, but we can't, because we need the interaction from all of you. You all, our listeners, is who make the show. So this is why we do this live and call in sick and do whatever we got to do to make sure that we do this particular show live. And I am glad that we have done it this way. Okay, now, normally right here, I would go to a music break.
Oh,
music break. We still got more stuff.
Oh, but the Lord.
Oh, really? That's where we're going? But the Lord, but the Lord, but the Lord. But the Lord.
Oh, but the Lord.
Oh, okay. I tell you what, we're not going to go to Ask Shop Talk. I mean, we're not going to go to One Has to Go, my official one, not yet. So you can woosah for a moment, Ashley. Not yet.
Jesus.
Not yet.
Jesus.
I got one more thing I want to put on the screen, and I found this on Facebook a week or so ago, and we're going to put this on the other side this time so I can put the comments up. So today, I have a question, or this is a helper brother, help us out. Want to know how do you think? Want to know what would be most important to you? Ashton is looking like, well, what is it? What is it? All right.
Well, I'm leaning because you said you was going to put it over on this side. So I'm leaning to get out the way.
Yeah, it's going to be on that side. So let's bring it up on the screen. You have to make a choice. It's 2020. You have to make a decision. What would you decide if you were faced with this? You can only pick one. Do you pick an 850 credit score? Do you pick $2 million in cash? Or do you pick $4,000 a week for life? So, so it's not One Has to Go, but I'm curious to know what you would pick for a lifetime. 850 credit score, which I haven't gotten that close. I'm not that close, but I'm getting close. I've been working on my credit. I'm getting close. $2 million in cash or $4,000 a week for life. Andrew Brian Caldwell has already chimed in and says that he wants $4,000 a week for life. Ty McLean chimes in and says the same thing. Casey Pringle also chimes in and says $4,000 a week. Tracy J. Wilson says, we'll come back to Tracy. Morgan Van Hook says $2 million in cash. Tracy J. Wilson also said C. Marie Gardner also says, this is why, Mary. I know. I was just trying to say. Mary Gardner says the same thing. Mrs. Kennedy says, cash me out. But what does that mean, Renee?
That means she wants $2 million in cash.
Okay, cool. Cash. All right, I got you. I got Gay Harris, my neighbor. She also says $4,000 a week. Now, Clara Hall Crawley says, give me an 850 credit score. Now, these comments are coming in quick. Now, let me try to keep up with them. Jacory, Yo Mama says, let me get that $4,000 a week. Cheryl Allen says B. Ravonda says, when you have money, you don't need money. 4,000 is what she wants. Kirsten says C as well. Now, Ray Kemp, who is my churchy guy, he says B, one property acquisition will give me A and C. Come on, little bro. Come on, bro. I see you. I
Come
see you.
on.
I see
Educate,
you.
teach them. Come on,
I
teach
see you.
us.
Let me tell you something. He was running for city council. This is a smart dude.
Yes,
Shannon
sir.
C. Cynthia Cook. Renaya. Hope I'm saying that. Frazier. Somebody has an alarm. May have to go. Anthony Griffin also says C. Tanya, though. Tanya says 2 million in cash. 2 million in cash, Alex. Credit score is almost there and not promised tomorrow. It's my money and I want it now. I ain't mad at you, Tanya. Cheryl Allen, show me the money. Kim Ryan, 2 million in cash. Louise says 4,000 a week. Colette says, no, I want the 850 credit score. Will keep the cash flowing when everything else fails. I'm not mad at you. Dee Dee Felder says all of them. You understand? I'm from the rich. All of them. Mary says C is 4 million in 20 years. If you do not expect to live for 20 years, I get it. Come on now. Give it to me now. I'm with you. Ravonda also chimes in, when you have money, you don't need a credit score. That's a Richmond and East Oakland type of way to look at that. And then Stacey Williams also chimes in and says, B, she wants 2 million in cash. Yolanda, if you had to make a choice of these 3 options, which one would you pick?
So I'm gonna explain my answer. Oh, do I gotta like green?
Gotta move the other way. There you go.
Okay, so I'm explaining my answer. I would choose C because with C you can achieve A. You pay all your stuff off. You could achieve A and just wait for it to climb. And I believe in doubling the money, so I wouldn't want to be cashed out because I don't want to get stuck and get lazy and like stop working. I love what I do. So I would take C and I would build that so I could buy buildings and hire people and give people money and stuff. Oh yeah, I would take C all day.
Okay.
Total to be about $1,600 a month, $16,000 a month, which is about $192,000 a year. Oh yeah, C.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. I would do mine last. So, but Corey, if you had to pick one, and I think you're gonna have to move to your right. There you go. Which one would you pick?
I'm definitely going with C. My credit score is already there, so just bring me to 4,000 a week.
Okay.
Ishananamasa. Yes, God.
I hear you. Ashlyn, you're going to have to move to the right if you haven't done so as of yet. But which one would you be picking? A, B, or C?
I'm with Ray all day. Give me that 2 million in cash, because I can that 2 million in cash with the right investment will give you 4,000 a week for life in passive income. And you can put that 2 million aside and just live off that. Man, who needs $4,000 a week to live off of? Not nobody, unless you're just living way, way, way outside a normal life. But for me, I probably need about 5,000 a month. That's about what I need to live comfortably. But that 2 million, invest it correctly, get you that income property. That's going to give you that 4,000 a week. You start building, you're going to be all good. So give me that cash. Let me start building up my passive income right now.
I like that. I like the way you're thinking. If I had to pick, I too probably would pick B with the same mindset of I could invest that. I won't even need to invest the whole 2 million. I could invest, maybe half of it. I can invest $1 million. I can invest 500,000, depending on, where I'm looking to go. For those of you who are in real estate or maybe thinking about getting into real estate, outside of California is the gold mine. Anywhere outside of California, you'll make a gold mine. You could go to Alabama. People are going to rent anywhere. So if you could buy a house cash in Louisiana, depending on where you go, for $100,000. $200,000 gets you a nice house in Louisiana. You can go to different parts of Atlanta and have a mansion for $350,000, $400,000. So we just talked about 2 million. I could invest 400,000 cash, buy a house. Watch this. Turn it into an Airbnb. Things are going to change. Turn it into an Airbnb, rent it out, and I still have 1.6 million to do whatever. I could go to another place, another popular area where people are going, and invest and buy another house, flip it, and turn it into an Airbnb and rent it out and make things happen. Hawaii, and I know it's expensive there, but people go there every day. And they don't always want to go to the hotel. They would love to have that home feel. Invest in a house, turn it into an Airbnb, invest, pay one person to make sure that your stuff is kept together, and make that money, make that residual income every month. And you'll have that $4,000 a week and all that other stuff that we talked about by just doing smart investments. That's my thought. Doesn't mean that I'm right, but it was my microphone I was talking to. Anyway,
I was gonna say, you could do like what they did, and they've bought a town. Really, they're gonna rebuild a town or create a town called Freedom, Georgia. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but I saw this on CNN over the weekend, where 19 families bought nearly 97 acres of land in Georgia to create a city safe for Black people. And it's I put the link there to the story, but it's an amazing, this plot of land is out there south of Atlanta, and they all saved up and bought in, and they're going to build almost like Tulsa. For those of you that have studied history and you know about Tulsa, the Black Wall Street, that was like burned to the ground by white supremacists. And it is just a tragic story. And so I'm excited. I'm Black, Black Wall Street is something that I definitely thought, and still think is a wonderful idea. Yes, I am a Caucasian persuasion, but it doesn't matter. It's like, I know Black history. I have, Black children. And so I'm all about, I'm buying into it. I'm all about Freedom, Georgia. Do it because the way that this country is going, it doesn't seem like you don't want to wait around for somebody to be like, okay, things are fine now. Things are fixed now. It doesn't seem like it's going in that direction. It seems like we're headed in an opposite direction of what my parents fought for, what the civil rights movement was for. It seems like we're headed in exactly the opposite direction. So take matters into your own hands and absolutely, invest in your community, invest in your own community, because there's not enough people like me. There's not, I hate to say it. There's not enough people like me who look like me, who think the way that I think. And sadly and unfortunately, this country was founded on racism. It was the English that came in and, the Europeans that came in and stole the lands from the Native Americans. And so the country was founded on racism. And I don't know that it's going to get any better. Certainly not with this administration and the White House. But I'm all for it. So definitely read that article about Freedom, Georgia. Wonderful, wonderful story. And not something that we could do in California, Dito. You know what I mean? It's too pricey out here.
Yeah, too expensive.
It's too pricey. So but definitely a great idea. Definitely a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. I'm with you. We have other states such as, Arkansas, we have Louisiana, we have Mississippi, we have Alabama, we have all of these southern states that are still, highly occupied with people, but, people who may not have tons of money to pay in to purchase houses. But, if we were able to go to, take maybe, $100,000, or maybe, no, not 100,000, $500,000, we could do something very similar, because I don't think the land would cost that much. We actually have toll-free land that is empty in Arkansas, Pine Bluff to be exact, that if I had enough investors, we could build our own city on the toll-free land or the toll-free plot there in Arkansas. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's a smart idea. We just need to have more people with like minds to be able to make that happen. So It's a great conversation, and one that we definitely should have. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. You mentioned something also very near and dear to me that makes a whole lot of sense. And I won't throw out names, but we're coming up on the voting. We're coming up on the election. To me, this is the most important election of my lifetime so far.
Yeah.
And we have to get out and vote. A friend of mine, an artist, very well-known person, mentioned on social media over the weekend or over the last few days about he's not voting, and that he doesn't like either candidate, and that he's trying to encourage other people not to vote. Listen, woe be unto you. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what Listen, this is the most important vote for the African American vote that I've ever seen in my lifetime. So we may not like everything that the candidates have to present, but we have to be able to make a decision, and each vote counts. We have to be able to make a change in the White House and be able to, to do something that will benefit the country as well as the African American community in particular. And again, I don't agree with everything that Joe Biden says, but in my opinion, he's a better candidate than what we have in the White House right now. So please, ma'am, please, sir, let's have our voices be heard. And if you don't vote, you can't complain about the results.
Well, that's the reason where we at now. Honestly, they thought it was a joke last time, and we got a jokester up. So I need you to go in there and fill in some type of bubble.
Yeah, most
Can
definitely.
I say, wow. Let me say two things. First of all, I vote for a very different reason. And, people can agree this. Not my mama grew up in the country. Like, this makes me sad. Okay, I'm not going to cry my makeup off this morning, but I'm saying this to you. My mama grew up in the country. My mom and my aunties and my uncles could not walk on the same side as a white person. Okay? My mama saw a man get hung. That story you watch in movies. My mama saw a man get hung for that, and he didn't do it. How dare you say that you're not going to vote? I vote because my mama could not walk on the same side. My mama, they got turned down after they sang for people, and they had to put them on a bus. And after they sang for the people, they had to get their lunch in the back. If you're not going to vote, keep it to yourself. Don't tell nobody.
Right.
Sometimes our influence is so much bigger than we realize. And people are watching you, man. When you tell somebody you're not gonna vote, guess what they say? You know what? You're right. Because it's not gonna do nothing, so I'm not gonna vote either. And it's like a bad seed. It just keeps passing along. Maybe you don't like the candidates. I get it. But I vote because my mama, my aunties, my uncles, they fought so I could walk in wherever I want to walk in. So I can fly wherever I want to fly. Our forefathers, my great-great-grandma probably got beat and died. So I could fly. The things we take for granted every day. I got on a plane. This weekend I got on a bus. I sat in the back because I wanted to. Not because I had to. How dare you use the right that somebody fought and died for because you don't like it? Who are you? Let me tell you what you do. Everybody knows I'm like the ultra nice girl. Let me tell you what you do. You keep you and your not voting thoughts to yourself. Don't tell nobody, because there's some little kid who saw what you posted and they're like, you know what? I'm not going to vote either. There's somebody who just came into the right age of voting, and maybe they don't understand all the principles, and so they're watching you. Oh man, let me tell you something. That does bother me. I had a friend who told me that. I said, I'm hanging up on you. I'm getting off. Because if nothing else, my mama lived in the country, saw the boy get hung. Can you imagine?
Well, all of our roots, honestly, if we just take it even a step past it, I think we forget the history lesson of where we are, our privileges at this point, to where a lot of our wisdom is dying off in this season, to where the people that would teach you all of these things, the young people don't know. They didn't forgot. Or either the school ain't teaching that part no more. I don't know. I ain't in there no more.
Yeah.
But I think we definitely need to have that conversation.
Yeah, you gotta vote.
Yeah, it's a conversation that, and again, I didn't see the post. It was mentioned during an event that I was hosting yesterday, and whoever, the person that posted this, apparently the people on social media ate him alive. So, kind of like the way that Yolanda just kind of went. So yeah, and I see people, commenting and chiming in. this is very important. I can't stress it enough. People died for us to have the right to vote. People were beat up, and all kinds of dastardly things have happened. Houses burned down, all kinds of things, in order for us to have the right to vote. I promise you, I'm voting. If I could vote twice, I would. So let your voice be heard. And again, if you don't vote, you can't complain about the results. So there it is.
And let me just say, I just posted a link, detail there for Not One Vote Left Behind. That is a campaign that our own Joy Roan is heading. And if you need more information about how to vote, where to vote, and be clear, be very clear about one thing. God is not the author of confusion. Okay. So when you are hearing about the postal service is getting, they're trying to, create confusion that a lot of people, their response is to not act at all. I don't know how to do it, and so I'm not going to do it. I don't know where to go to vote, so I'm not going to vote. Be very clear that God is not the author of confusion. So get the information, be proactive. Do not sit and wait for somebody to tell you how to do it or where to do it. Just do it. This is something, and really no joke. Our lives depend on it. This is no joke. This is no joke. This is a very, very pivotal time. Yes, we put our faith and trust in God and not in man. However, we have to abide by the laws of the land. And if we're going to do so, we want somebody that represents all people. We want somebody that represents all people. And Joe Biden is that person that represents. Are you going to love everything that he does? No. Are you going to agree with every decision that he makes? No. Is he going to work on some issues and not others? Absolutely. But one thing is for sure. He believes that all people deserve and have a right to live, to be safe, to be healthy, to be educated, to have freedom of speech, to have freedom of choice. These are all the things that are important. The other option is that you get stuck in what we've seen. Now, even if you just judge from the last 7 or 8 months, just think about the last 7 or 8 months. We are getting close to 1 million people in this country with COVID, right? We are nearing the numbers. The numbers are climbing. We are nearing a very scary number. Nothing is being done. I would go so far as to say that it's because COVID is affecting more Black people and brown people than it is white people. And so do you think that they're going to make moves? It's the same. If you go back, look, people that are my age, you can go back to the 80s and look at the AIDS epidemic. Now, the AIDS epidemic initially was looked at as a gay disease. And so did they make moves? No. Because it's like, well, we don't really like those people. So they didn't make moves like I believe they should have. And I was there. I mean, I was young in the 80s, but I remember. And so it feels like the same thing. So it's time for you to take some initiative for yourself and make some decisions for yourself, because the decision that we make this year is going to affect us for the next probably 30 years. Probably
Definitely
going to affect us for the next 30 years. So please, ma'am, please, sir, vote.
Yeah, vote. It's important. And many people, some people have mentioned that some early voting starts in some states this coming Friday. So thank you. I want to say that's Teray Holland. Hoping I'm saying that correctly. Shout out to Terry.
Yes,
okay, my fault.
Yes.
Forgive me, Terry. I apologize. Terry Holland, thank you for that information. To give a shout out to another one of the great people at my church, missionary Sharon Todd, who was hanging out with us today. Also, my classmate, class of 88, long time ago. Anyway, Lady Trina Rogers Jackson is also hanging out with us today as well. Stacy Taylor, if I didn't mention you earlier, hey, glad to have you hanging out with us. And so many more. All right, y'all. Now we've had our serious moment. Yolanda then cried on us and got me all messed up. We got to change this thing a little bit.
Please.
I mean, Yolanda got me all messed up on the inside.
She took me back to Harriet Tubman. I was ready to come on.
But you know what? That's what I love about Shop Talk. We can go from one end of the spectrum to completely to the other and talk intelligently about whatever subject that we come up with. That's why we have these great co-hosts, this great array of people that hang out with us every week. And I'm grateful for the three of you. So if I haven't told the three of you individually or collectively, I love all of you. Appreciate everything that you bring to the table, which makes this a nice cake. Some of us bring sugar, some of us bring flour, some of us bring butter, different things, but mixed all together, we turn into an absolutely amazing cake.
I think I'm the flour. I think I'm the flour.
I'm gonna bring the plate.
Yeah. You missed the mind. I was rolling with a great analogy, but it's all good. Listen, yesterday, I have to admit, yesterday was a great event, and I missed it.
But you had to, because you had something else going on.
I had another event going on, so I missed it. So I tell you what, we don't have the opportunity to dive into it like we want to. But I got you in mind. I got you in mind. Huh?
Okay.
I watched it.
I didn't watch it.
So we can't dive into it because you didn't watch it?
But you know him real good. So you
I tell you what, my one has to go has all of you in mind.
I'm about to
help
leave.
us, Lord. Y'all just start praying right now. Pray right now. Pray. All minds, all hands point east.
Just put it on the screen. You don't even have to say nothing.
All hands point
let
east.
me walk into it. Let me segue into it. Yesterday was another one of those great verses that happens on Instagram, and we've seen several good ones over the last few months. From the John P. Key and Hezekiah Walker to Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond. We recently saw Brandy and Monica. There's been quite a few. I believe Babyface and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Riley. There's been a few. Yesterday was another installation of that, where it was Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight. Now, I don't have time to dive into the verses of it per se, but I tell you what I can do. We're getting ready to bring up today's One Has to Go, and it's based around R&B singers.
Wow.
Last week we did men. Today we're jumping into One Has to Go that includes women.
Wow.
Now, don't y'all stop watching. It's just a show. It's just conversation.
Wow.
Ashley is already over here, about ready to throw her phone. Yeah. But today's One Has to Go, Ashlyn, Jacory, goes like this. One has to go.
I'm out. It's over.
I'm out.
Today's one. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. What the? Oh my God. Okay, let me bring it back on the screen. One has to go. Today, Ashlyn is gone. Wait a minute. It's just a show. You know what I'm saying? It's just a show. You know what I'm saying? People already cutting up.
Nope.
You know what? DeGeorge Hines is so funny. He's talking about one is already gone. You know what? Okay, wait a minute. Where y'all going? Everybody, come on. I'm done. I'm out.
Already gone.
Everybody left. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's okay, y'all. It's just a show. It's just a show.
This is my whole world.
Hi.
This is just a show.
How you doing?
Okay. Let's try to.
Good. I'm good. Oh, my camera's over here. Hang on.
Yeah, the show is over.
You know what?
Hang on 1 second.
Okay, so I'll meet you down the street. Okay.
Are y'all okay? Yeah.
All right.
They over here making plans like, I'm leaving right now. Can you meet me at the corner? You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Let's jump into it. One has to go. We have Gladys Knight, who Ashlyn and I not long ago shared the stage with indirectly. The late, great Aretha Franklin. We have Anita, Lord have mercy, thank you. And then we have Patti LaBelle. One has to go. It's just a show. It's just, I would go to, you know what, hold on. I would, that's hilarious. I would go to Ashlyn, but you know, she's not here. Jacory is back and he's already shaking his head. Yolanda's like, I'm working on graphics. I ain't even got time. Let me bring it back on the screen one more time.
Yeah, because they all beautiful.
Ready to talk about it. All right. So we've got people already chiming in. Oh,
This is awful. This is terrible.
so Casey Pringle.
Oh, Casey, let me tell you, we're about to be fighting on here. My pressure is going up. Woo, shayada. Oh, shy.
Casey.
Don't do it.
Casey,
You know what? Let me say this really quickly, because this is one
Wow.
thing I like about Patti LaBelle. When it comes to all of this, she was the entertainer of all of these for me. Because I'm talking about
Absolutely.
drama, costumes, and you were waiting to see what she was going to come out in. You were waiting to see what her hair was going to do. You were just waiting. All of these ladies could sing, but when it comes down to performance, period, Patti LaBelle is the one.
I agree. But here's the thing, like, you know, even okay. See, this is there is no weak link here. There's not. Now I will say this. Okay, I will say this about Anita Baker. Anita Baker is one of those songs that you either love her or you hate her. It seems like I've never heard anyone talk about, yeah, Anita Baker, she's all right. No, you either absolutely love her or you don't want to hear her ever. And so Anita Baker, to me, she's so nostalgic to me. There's so much nostalgia wrapped up in every single song. Jacory and I sometimes go on Anita Baker tangents.
She sung to me, so.
Oh my goodness, she's absolutely amazing. Aretha ain't going nowhere. I don't care. She's gonna be with us. In fact, she's still walking around the earth somewhere, some way. She ain't leaving nowhere and no time soon. Aretha, no way. Gladys, come on. Gladys, no. Midnight Train to Georgia, neither one of us. Nah, y'all tripping. And then Patti, okay, I can understand why somebody would say Patti, but if you've never seen Patti live in concert, then you would say that. You would say that because Patti wasn't a in the studio recording artist. She wasn't. She had too much energy for the recording studio. So she had great songs, you know, On My Own, If Only You Knew, you know, If You Asked Me To. I mean, these are all the great songs. And then, you know, Lady Marmalade. Yep. But if you never saw her live, I can see why people would say Patti. So not near one of these ladies is going nowhere for me. And I will fight. Try Jesus. Don't try me because I throw hands. I will throw hands over these four ladies right here. These four queens, I'm throwing hands over all four of them. What?
Okay, so I hear you. Okay, so Jacory, did you make a pick or did you not?
I don't. You know what? I can't make a pick, but I'm a cold-hearted music fan, and if there was anybody that I would like to duplicate when it came to being an artist, it would be Patti LaBelle because she gives me that woo-saw factor. I mean, if I'm coming to pay to see you, I need you to do something. I'm paying $80-something to see you. I need you to fly. I need you to do all of that.
Shoes off. Come on, kick the shoes off.
I need your outfit to be on point. I need your pumps to be on point. Patti is serving it all day. I don't care.
All day.
Okay.
She brought 20 pairs of shoes to the Verses yesterday. She brought all her shoes and had them up on stage. She wasn't even performing, but she brought all her shoes because she was saying like we haven't performed in over 7 months because of this COVID. She's like, I'm about to give you a whole experience. And she did. And guess what? She sat down, and when they played Somewhere Over the Rainbow, she kicked her shoes off, sitting down with her red bottoms. I'm telling you, Patti, no.
Where's Yolanda? Where's Yolanda? I need you.
No. Why we do it like that? So we gotta bring over this. Okay. So help us, Lord. Okay. So let me say this. First of all, this is how I comment about the verses. When I tell you the verses was, if you work for Brandy and Monica, I'm not shading you. I grew up with that too, and it's dope. I'm just saying that we all were in a master class last night, and it was
Oh, yeah.
absolutely wonderful. And as I commentated last night on my live, after this, we all nobody has a reason to show up wrong. I'm sorry.
Huh.
So after this, if you show up in a place wrong, like you just got out your bed, like no reason to be flying in your pajamas anymore. No reason to be showing up at any function looking crazy because they are 76.
Yes.
And at 76, you could have showed up in jeans and a t-shirt and sneaks and said, be happy with that because we've given y'all this long. I'm serious. They didn't have to do that. When I first, I just want to tell you this. Everything, I was like running around my house. Like I had to walk my mom through a whole technical moment last night. But I feel like my mama needed to see that, right? Because I just found out a couple months ago that my mom used to sing background for Aretha Franklin.
Get out of
Ain't
here.
that crazy? And she's just talking to me like, oh yeah, I just used to, girl.
I need to know that.
Tell me this before. Why aren't you? Oh, I want to have kids. So, she, okay. So my thing to you is before last night, I've always loved these ladies, but I have now a very different appreciation, a different type of respect. I am going to be studying the music. I mean, I grew up listening to Aretha Franklin all my life. But it's just something different about last night. The level of class was like blew out the water. 76, but she had on like those heels were at least 4 inches last night.
At least.
It's just the life it gave me. Me and my friend Cedric were up on the phone talking to her about 3 this morning. Like Yolanda, it's just so baby. Okay, so I'm gonna say this before last night. I'm gonna be honest. Thank God none of y'all can hit me like physically. I would have said Gladys actually.
And I, honestly, I studied before when I saw verses. I started bringing up old videos. Gladys has a different platform. Period. The woman is so chic and elegant, but she got some mad hits. But I like glamour. I like drama. So it was always about Patty. I done messed up so many VHSs taping over it every time these people would come on TV as a kid. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember Sisters when they had Dionne Warwick, Pat. They've always been really, really close, and I've always had my eyes on all of them. So,
I know we have to pick. Okay, I know I have to pick. But I'm gonna say this before last night. I would have said Glass. But let me tell you something. When I tell you, I want to call her what my mom will call people. If I can help her. The lady at 76.
Yeah.
Was singing. I said, lady.
Right.
It was like, and you did really feel like I saw artists, hundreds of artists saying, man, get the collection plate. Like you kind of really did feel like you were at church. It was just kind of weird. Like you felt like you were at church and sitting at your auntie's house and they saying, get out the living room, get out this conversation because you ain't supposed to be in here. It was so amazing.
Right.
Okay.
I
just glad it so.
Patti LaBelle to me, look, I grew up with Patti LaBelle. I mean, I grew up with all of them, but Patti LaBelle, especially because my mother loved her. But I came up with a term, Patti LaBelling. Patti LaBelling, which is when you have a mic toss and somebody takes the mic and they completely destroy anybody else that's been on the mic. I call that Patti LaBelling. Because that's what she used to do. All the reward shows, she would get up there and you'd have all these great singers. And then she would get up there and it'd be like, oh, that's done. Okay, we can't toss the mic no more because Patti LaBelle has taken the cake. Patti LaBelling.
What's funny even is if you look back at their
award shows, my bad.
If you look back at their history, and you look at, I mean, they really were giving examples for our new artistry and artists that are out now. You could look back at their whole careers, and it's just like you ain't did nothing wrong. You were always classy. It was wonderful. I hate you missed it, Dito.
It was
Yeah,
good.
I missed it all.
I was at a funeral and still was on.
Listen, I cut my life short. I was like, all right, we talked about, all right, go ahead, go back to the first. It was just so good. I mean,
Yeah.
the other thing that was good that I loved that I did talk about last night. So, I mean, just for entrepreneur, that's what I love about Patty. That I really, the lady about 6 hours before said, oh, can't wait to see y'all tonight. Well, you can go get some of my pies while you watching. Oh, that blessed my
Right.
whole life. I was like, lady, work. You hear
Right.
me? With your pies and the macaroni and cheese and the frozen dinners in the freezer section at our favorite place, Walmart. What's
Yeah,
my-
you know, I hate that I missed it, and someone else asked, and I have the same question: is there a way for us to watch it or rewatch it?
Oh yeah, I have a YouTube link about it in the day.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah, I was gonna take a look at it because I didn't see any of it.
But who got to go for you since you put that on the screen?
So if one had to go,
Uh-oh.
I'm kind of like, you know, the George Hines mentioned. He said, "I can't understand that one word." Anita
Oh,
things.
I'm really, the show is over. Okay.
Wait.
Y'all crazy.
So if it were me, if I had to pick of the four, all of them are wonderful women, all of them great singers, all of them are great in their own right. In terms of who I would pay to go see, or you know, all that kind of stuff, I would probably pay to see all of them, but I would probably Anita would have to go for me.
You got to go check out a live experience. I just want to say, I went twice to this last show. It was
Wow.
ridiculous. I took my mama to
Wow,
Vegas,
Dito.
and she sung.
You've seen her live? Dito, you've seen Anita Baker live?
I've seen all four of them live.
What year did you see Anita Baker live?
You want me to remember the exact year?
It must have been
Yeah.
way.
Was it the 80s, the 90s, the
It was
2000s?
The 90s. It wasn't the 2000s.
Okay, so that's why. See, Anita was going through some things in the 90s that she has overcome, and now she's better now than she even was back then. And that's why this what was it called?
Tour.
Corey, the reunion tour,
Farewell tour or something.
farewell tour, comeback tour, one of them tours. Anyway, this last year or 2 years ago, whatever it was remarkable. Let me tell you, she gave the people, got to give the people, give the people what they want. She certainly did. Man, oh man, oh man.
It was amazing.
Yeah, no,
I
don't get me wrong.
I can understand that a little bit, to be honest. Because Anita, I heard about some concerts, and I heard like in the last couple years, and she kind of like passes off the mic. I don't think she's as, I don't know, like, you know, I don't want to say dope, but she just doesn't. Like the thing about Patty at 76, the girl gave you everything. At 76. I'm just saying. She had
Gladys
on
was singing
she
too.
Gladys. She came out a little glitter top. Look, I mean, it was just because in that world, okay, this is not church. In that world, I'm not saying that if you're doing church, you should show up wrong. I'm saying that it's a different kind of show up. You gotta constantly bring, right? And I have seen some things with Anita, and it's like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, so Ty McClain asked, like, why didn't Whitney or Mariah make the cut? I think because these four ladies are, you know, as far as like age bracket and style of music, they're classic, right? They're classic. You know, that's what I said last night, and I was commenting on the verses. I was like, all we needed was Whitney to be there last night. Like all we needed was Whitney to be there last night, and that would have been the thing. She should have been here. You know, Whitney should still be with us to this day. And that was heartbreaking because Dionne Warwick was there, and she made a cameo. I think my almost bestie said with her cool 100s smoking self. Yes, she she definitely made her appearance, and they did a couple songs together, so that was great. But yeah, all we needed.
whoever's behind these, me and my friends said you talked about this. I'm gonna say this, and whoever's behind these graphics, it's like y'all be waiting right till the verse is over.
Right.
And you unleash all of this stuff.
Yes.
Oh man, these little
The
memes-
white shoes, Yolanda, last time with Brandy and Monica. The
Oh,
white
Jesus.
shoe me. Yolanda done laughed herself off camera. White shoe.
That was too much.
Oh God. It was horrible. I mean, they went in on those white shoes. Oh my goodness gracious. But anyway,
Put it in the comments. Who you think gonna be next? What the people saying? Who gonna be next? Who they think? Who they want?
People keep saying Mary J, but they don't know who to match with Mary J.
Oh,
Ooh. Chris Haynes said Mary J and Keisha Cole.
oh, that ain't Mary J. Is
no,
better.
no.
I'm not gonna say better.
Well, you know,
Cole doesn't have the same amount of hits.
Yeah, that's a different
no way.
time.
No way. Now, speaking of Mary J. Blige, I did not know that she was getting into acting. I watch Power. I know everybody. It ain't for everybody. I know it's not for everybody, but Power is back. We're two episodes into the new season, and Mary J. Blige has put on her acting hat, and so far I got to say, okay, Mary. The show is produced by 50 Cent and or 50 Cent, however you may want to say it, and she so far is doing a great job playing a mothering type role, and she is not playing as a gangster wife, mother. She's making things happen. So I'm glad to see her stepping outside of her norm of just being a singer. I know I kind of took a bit of a turn, but it's good to see artists not just staying in the box of a musical artist, and that some are finding success outside or off the stage of musical instruments. So shout out to Mary J. Blige. I am super duper impressed by what she has to present from an actress standpoint. So I'm definitely
she's done several acting things.
Tyler Perry. She did some stuff with Tyler Perry.
I've seen it. I remember in the one with she played another role. She was a singer and bartender thing in a
singer and bartender thing in the okay. Yeah. Great.
So Chris Haynes, who is hilarious. Chris Haynes.
Wow, Chris Haynes.
He said she's an actress. Singer? Not so much.
But she gave a dynamite concert. Let me tell you.
I believe it. I don't know, but I believe it. Yeah.
Remember how we used to talk about Luther, right? We used to say we want big Luther, not skinny Luther, right? That's right. Yeah. We want heartbroken Mary J and not happy Mary J, right? That's what we say about Mary J. We want her when her heart's broken. she puts out the best music when her heart is hurt. Jesus.
Wow.
She be going for blood when she's not. Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Now I'm looking up at the clock. Now, Ashton, this is your call to make. Now, we haven't asked.
I say we save it. I say save it
because you still got some other stuff that happened this week that you got to cover, right?
True.
I know. Thank you. Yeah, talk about the gospel.
Yeah.
So Jeremy Gibson. Shout out to Jeremy Gibson. I'm not sure if he's watching or not. I know he's actually at work today, but I've got to take my hat off and give great congratulations to Jeremy Gibson. He put together the Bay Area Gospel Music Weekend. It is typically a weekend where we normally would meet in person to highlight gospel music and bring as many Bay Area people together, as well as have some other guests come in to participate, to just give Bay Area people a hand at saying good job at what you do. We see what you do. We appreciate what you do. And just to be able to just, give them a weekend of kudos. Well, Jeremy did that same thing, did it virtually. And man, he did an absolutely amazing job. I worked with him behind the scenes on Friday, as well as hosted and worked behind the scenes last night. We had a great time. We had a couple technical issues, but that's to be, expected. But Friday night, absolutely amazing. Ashton was a part of it as a co-host. even though she had some physical constraints. But absolutely amazing night. It was an artist showcase, and he showcased some incredible artists, some from the Bay Area, some from abroad, and everybody showcased and submitted videos. And I have to say, I don't even know how people did it, but I have to say, as a techie, as an artist, as a musician, as a singer, I was absolutely impressed, thoroughly impressed by the presentation of all these artists. Some of them I was not familiar with in terms of their names, but oh my, they were incredible. Ashton, you were a part of it. I mean, you've seen it yourself. What was your thought on it, especially, particularly Friday night?
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, shout out to Jeremy for for going forward with it, because it allows local, we call our Bay Area greats. It allows the Bay Area greats to really have a platform to share their ministry. And it lets people, across the globe know that we're a force to be reckoned with here in the Bay Area. So I definitely appreciate that. And the coming together of people, all over to share their gifts. So definitely, I was very, I attempted to participate, and wow, I'm still not 100%. For those of you that really know me, you can look at me and know that I'm not 100% today. This weekend was rough. You just go ahead and pray for your girl. But yeah, amazing to have Jeremy do that. And I was glad that I played a small little part in it. And I look forward to really, really participating next year when we do it in person. Amen.
Most definitely. Again, it was great. Friday night was great in terms of all the artists, and we had some great hosts. Tommy Harris, thank you, from Vallejo. And then he also had Justin Goss as well that participated. It was great. And of course, Ashland. And then, they remembered some different people, and I think they honored a couple people as well. It was absolutely amazing. Saturday, he had different online workshops, so to speak. He had one that was dealing with people in the music business, managers, and the people behind the scenes that pushes gospel music forward. That was great. I was at work, but I was
they were great. I was watching. They were great.
I was at work and looking at my screen, looking at my screen, put people on hold a couple times to try to see what was going on. It was absolutely amazing. Then later in the day, he had producers. He had Dave Jackson, Booyah Richard. He had Derek Hall and Marcus McCauley come together from a producer standpoint to talk about the business of music. I didn't get a chance to see all of it. I'm telling you today, I plan on going back and rewatching some of it, because I seen the comments, and I know that they were sharing some incredible information, things that we as artists, we as producers, we as people in the music business could definitely be able to learn and glean and push our own selves forward in. As well as a little bit later, I believe he had another workshop with pastors and talking about, the relationship between the pastor and the minister of music, praise and worship leaders, and things of that nature. That was, I believe that was great as well. But then last night, I was actually hands-on and was able to co-host with Dale Anthony. Dale Anthony is hilarious. He and I, along with Sam Franklin, virtually were able to have a great time last night. And even though Sam wasn't directly with us, she sent in some videos. And I have to say, let me just stop here to say, people are stepping their game up during this pandemic. The quality of people's work from February to now, September, I've seen people really up their game in their production skills, their audio matching with their production. I've seen some major things happen. I wish I could talk more of an understanding of it, because I don't completely understand how they're making it happen. But boy, have I seen, Yolanda, some major people making some great strides to present themselves in a professional manner that really could be on TV, BET, ABC, all these different great networks. I'm just floored and amazed by all of it. Yolanda, have you seen other people, making their videos and stuff look better? You're a part of Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling. They did a rehearsal stream a couple months ago, that was mind-blowing and mind-boggling as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's if I could say like this, everybody's now on the same playing field. So, there's really, in reality, I haven't done a lot of lives myself, like virtually, because I feel like when you do it, you just have to give your best. It's a choice I'm making. I feel like you have to present your best. And so you may not be able to be at the level of Kiara. So I'm saying this as I'm encouraging myself. You don't stop yourself from doing it if you're not at that level yet. Still do it because people need to hear what you have and so on and so on and so forth. But there are small things you can do, like we talked about, like buying a green screen and things like that to answer your question. Yes, I've seen the upgrade. So shout out to my Nashville pastor. Pastor said Franklin, who, the church, do have an opportunity to work for them when it's like really dope experience. But these little things that I've seen, such things like lower thirds, like when you're watching the news, what is a lower third? So when you're watching the news, the thing that scans across, this is a version of a lower third that's scanning across. It's really a ticker, but it's what you see on the bottom of your screen. Those are really easy to make. They're really easy to create actually with the right thing. So I've seen the church upgrade little by little by little by little by little. So I really think I've seen people really upgrade. They've had to step up their game because when we return, and not just church, just period, really, when we return and things may be moving, see, there you go, a lower third. So when we return, you won't be able to return back to things as they were before. You can't give people what you were giving them before. It's not going to work.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've seen a lot of churches, my church included, who, we're not 100% completely there all the way. Oh, but I've seen major improvement from what we were doing in January, February, the beginning of March until now. Here we are in September. I've seen major leaps of learning on a curve. We literally had to learn on the curve from Sunday to Sunday. We can do this. Oh, how do we add that? And people staying up all times of the night. Ashlyn herself, when we were doing Detold Turns 50, Ashlyn had to reinvent herself and make things happen. She lost a whole night of sleep to celebrate our birthday. You know what I'm saying? And be able to make that happen. So I am literally impressed by the things that I have seen over the last few months. Everybody's reinventing themselves. Jacory has reinvented himself. He and Ashlyn together put on the Freedom Radio anniversary party, and they made videos happen that I didn't even know that they could do. But again, they had to reinvent themselves and make things happen. So, Jacory, man, tell me, how has this whole thing had an effect on you just from a learning curve?
It's actually been fun because I'm a creative guy, period. I like to get my hands in there. And my thing is, and anything you do, you should want to be able to, branch out. And I think it's been great. I'm walking the steps because, Ashlyn is helping. She helped me with that little video, syncing my mouth up with the words. Ashlyn is dope.
That's good stuff. And she's not only dope, but she cold.
Wow. You know what?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Ashley,
You were giving Ray all the credit. You quick on your feet too. Come on now. You quick on the draw. What I wanted to say about this is don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. Like, don't let the fact that you've always done it this way hinder your ability or prevent you from trying something new, because it can be done. I'm not any different than anybody else. Jacory is not necessarily any different, right? But to have the desire to do it, to have the passion, to have the drive, the motivation, the inspiration to do it, that's what matters. So find your why in all of this. Find a reason in all of this to better yourself, because I promise you, if you don't, 12 months will go by and you'll be exactly the same as you were last year. This time next year, you want to have taken it to the next level. You would have wanted to, whatever it is, expand your business, be making X amount of dollars more, like set goals for yourself. Don't allow this time to go by and you have nothing to show for it. You could, in 7 months, you could have gotten you could have advanced your degree. In 7 months, you could have learned a new language. In 7 months, you could have advanced your bank account, your credit score. In 7 months, you could have, I'm telling you, it's so many things. So it's looking as if we probably have another 3-4 months of this at least. So take the next 90 days, set a good goal for yourself. And then here's what I call reverse engineer it. set your goal and then decide how much towards that goal do I need to put every day, every week, every 2 weeks. Where should I be after 14 days, after 21 days? Where should I be in order to accomplish that goal? Please, ma'am, please, sir, don't allow this time to go by and have nothing to show for it at the end of it.
I love that. That's great. Basically, what you just told us in brevity is that do something every day that gets you closer to your dreams.
That's right.
I'm gonna say that one more time. Do something every day that gets you closer to your dream. Jacory, the floor is yours, man.
Oh,
Did I lose him?
Uh-oh,
Okay.
I know the internet ain't starting to try to trip again.
About to reset your router one more time.
Yep, you're stuck, boo.
Oh yeah, he's stuck. He is
The-
definitely stuck.
Are we back? See, AT&T don't like me.
It's all good. We hear you. See you now. Go
But
ahead.
I just wanted to wanted to shout out. This weekend was a stretch. I was at funerals, on virtual concerts, and I want to shout out to the Edwards family. We're praying for them and the passing of a lot of people know Peace Gospel Choir, Robin Williams, her mother, Carolyn Edwards. We had a thing in the park where a lot of artists came out. We had Tamara, we had Vanessa Murphy. So, I just want to say it's a good season to support. Because guess what? People are living here. You never know when your time is going to be up. So just reach out and love. We got to love on one another. And then I think that'll help our creative juices even flow the more. So I just want to shout that family out and let them know that we're praying for them, that we love them. And I just like the Bay Area support that I see taking place in this moment. Stretch yourself out and support on somebody else that you get that same support back.
Most definitely. That's good stuff. I like that. And certainly our hearts and prayers and thoughts are with that family. Wonderful, wonderful family. And certainly I know what they're going through and felt that pain myself. Listen, I'm looking up at the clock and it's time for us to get ready to go. But before we go, let me just throw this out in the atmosphere. Freedom Radio is obviously a radio station, and we're getting ready to expand. We're redoing our website. We'll be getting ready to relaunch the website. Thank you, Ashton, for the hook. So we're getting ready to relaunch the Freedom Radio website. Now, if you've ever had an idea or wanted to get into radio, I'm getting ready to do something I've been wanting to do for at least 2 years, and I haven't had a chance to do it. COVID has now allowed me this opportunity to make this happen. With all of these Zoom meetings happening, I'm getting ready to make something happen for people who want to get into radio. If you want to learn how to make your own radio show, if you want to learn how to pre-record, or you want to learn how to make your own show happen, mark your calendars for Saturday, October 24th. I'm going to be doing a workshop. And I'm going to do it on Zoom. I'm going to show as many people that want to get in how to create your own radio show. All right. There is a small registration fee, but it's not a whole lot. If you're interested, if you know how to get in contact with me directly, you can. Otherwise, if you're here on the Freedom Radio page, send me a message through the Freedom Radio page. Send me a message. Don't put it on the screen or anything like that, but send me a direct message. I'll reach out to you, or one of our team members, one of our staff will reach out to you, and we will give you all the information and tell you what you'll need to be able to participate. But many people have wanted to be in radio. Many people have wanted to have their own radio show, whether it's on Freedom Radio or not. This is a great chance to make it happen. Mark your calendars. October 24th, we're going to do a workshop and show you how to do radio. All right, let's go around the room real quick. Jacory, any closing comments, final thoughts?
Check us out on Better Together tomorrow. And let me just say, if there's somebody that you support and you love in this season, pick up the phone and send them a message. Give them a call.
Most definitely. I love it. Yolanda, closing comments, final thoughts.
Vote. VOTE. Vote.
How about that?
Register, find out, no excuses. Number 2, there are really no excuses to why you can't get something done, because somebody had the great invention of Google, free institution. So all you have to do is type in what you want. I need to better my social media. Type it in. I need to figure out. Type it in. There's no excuses. I need to lose weight. I need to As Ashton said so wonderfully, you have 90 days. Get it done. Don't make any excuses.
That's good.
No doubt. Ashlyn, closing comments, final thoughts.
That's good. I mean, Yolanda said it. Take the next 90 days and better yourself. Go to the University of Google. It's 100% free. You won't have to worry about student loans. get to Googling.
Most definitely. That's good stuff. Listen, on behalf of Yolanda in North Carolina, Jacory in Hercules of California, Ashlyn out in El Sobrante. My name is Demetrius Tofree out here in East Oakland of California. To the next time on the same Shop Talk Network at the same Shop Talk time. Y'all know how I say it. I'll holla. Y'all have a great